Learning. Learning is the central theme of educational psychology. Educational psychology is the psychology that relates to education. It is the scientific study of human behavior in educational situation. It is form of growth or change in a person which is manifest as new model or pattern of behavior. All educational process appearing in formal, non-formal and informal contexts aim at development of learning. Learning is a key process in the human behavior which pervades everything we do and think. Concept of learning. Learning is the modification of behavior through experience. It is also defined as acquisition of new behavioral pattern. It operates it's in an individual attempt to overcome obstacles or to adjust to new situation. According to Smith, learning is the acquisition of new behavior or the strengthening or weakening of old behavior as a result of experience. Gates define learning as the modification of behavior through experience. Skinner considers learning as the process of progressive behavior adaptation. Crow and Crow define learning as the acquisition of habits, knowledge, and attitudes. Learning is the modification of behavior for attainment of specific goals. It is process by which the organism as a result of its interaction in a situation acquires a new model of behavior which tends to persist and affect the general behavior pattern of organism to some degree. Characteristics of learning. Learning is a continuous process. Learning is change in behavior. Learning is a universal process. Learning is purposive and goal oriented. Learning is a process of progress and development. Learning is the organization of experience. Learning occurs due to activity and environment. Learning helps in achieving teaching learning objectives. Learning is fundamental process of life. Learning is the relationship between stimulus and response. Learning is transferable. Difference between maturation and learning. Maturation is a natural process which is biological, social, physical, emotional. Maturation influences learning and it takes place over time. Maturity is typically not influenced by the environment. Maturation doesn't need an external influence. It is biologically determined. Learning, on the other hand, requires exposure to a stimulus that changes the person. Example of maturation: birds flying and tadpoles swimming. Children don't automatically begin to talk when they reach a certain age. The child hears others talking, his or her parents read a book to them before they put them to bed, for example. Brain development is maturational and develops with age. Learning occurs as a result of experience and knowledge. The learning domains. Benjamin Bloom in 1956 developed a three-part model known as the Taxonomy of Learning Domains. He splits learning into three different categories. One, cognitive domain, intellectual capability, that is knowledge or think. Two, affective domain, feelings, emotions and behavior, that is attitude or feel. Three, psychomotor domain, manual and physical skills, that is skills or do. Cognitive എന്ന് പറയുന്ന നോളജ്, അഫക്റ്റീവ് ആറ്റിറ്റ്യൂഡ്, സൈക്കോമോട്ടോ സ്കിൽസ്. Recall data, understand, apply, use, analyze structure or element, synthesize, create or build, evaluate, assess, judge in relational terms. Affective attitude: receive awareness, respond, react, value, understand and act, organize personal value system, internalize value system, adopt behavior. Psychomotor: imitation, manipulation. Imitation എന്ന് പറയുന്ന കോപ്പി എന്നർത്ഥം. Manipulation, follow instruction. Develop precision. Articulation, combine integrated related skills. Naturalization, automate, become expert. What is the derivative meaning of adolescence? Derived from the verb adolescer, which means to grow into adulthood. Puberty, condition of being or the period of becoming first capable of reproducing sexually, that is brought on by the production of sex hormones and the maturing of reproductive organs such as testes and ovaries. Age at which puberty occurs often constructed legally as 14 in boys and 12 in girls. Stanley Hall has considered adolescence as period of great stress and strain, storm and strife. Hollingworth calls this the period of temporary insanity. Phrantha. It is because the restlessness and disturbance due to the nature of development that take place during this period. Five leading characteristics of adolescence are biological growth and development, an undefined status, increased decision making, increased pressures, and the search for self. Developmental tasks during adolescence, accepting one's physical self, achieving new and more mature relationship with age mates, achieving social roles, achieving emotional independence from parents, desiring and achieving socially responsible behavior. Psychological characteristics, emotional development, social development, cognitive development, moral development. Important features of adolescent emotions. Adolescents' emotions are often intense, uncontrolled, and irrational. Adolescents can express their emotional feelings in relation to abstract things. They develop competence to bear the tensions in different social situations. They develop an increased capacity for sharing emotional experience with others. Intellectual development. Adolescence is a period of great intellectual advancement. During this, the period of the individual enters into Piaget stage of formal operation, which is characterized by the ability to think abstractly. The important features of intellectual development during this period are adolescents show increased ability to generalize fact. There is an increase in the ability to utilize symbolism in thought process. The adolescent is able to use abstract rules to solve a whole class of problems. Ability to deal with abstraction increase during adolescence. His power of imagination, memory, critical thinking, and observation also increases.